Guys, welcome to class. Good afternoon, guys, or good evening, wherever you are. Is anyone there? Is anyone there? We'll see. Okay, if there's any people watching at the moment. This is going to be a reading session, but I've noticed I made a bit of a faux pas, shall we say, a bit of a mistake, because I actually taught this class earlier. So I've changed the text. If we get students that I spoke with earlier, I've changed the text. If we have new students, we can use the text again. I uploaded the wrong document, so hopefully it's okay. Okay, is anyone there? Okay, we have 4 people watching. Priscilla, I recognize your name. Hello, are you there? Priscilla, can you hear me? Okay, I can't hear you. Just check your microphone. Is anyone else joining? So there's 9 people watching now. Come on, join in quick. Come and join. 10 people now. 10 people. Come on. You must join now. Anyone? Any takers? Anyone there? Priscilla, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. Okay, nice to speak with you. Have we spoken before?
Sorry?
Have we spoken before, or is this the first time we've spoken?
It's my first time here in Verbal.
Great, okay, so welcome, first of all, welcome. And where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Great, nice, okay, so quite good. Okay, so who else do we have? We have Ali Al-Ahmed. How are you, Ali?
Oh, hi, Martin. Fine, how are you?
Not too bad, yeah? How are you doing? Okay, have we spoken to each other before?
No, we haven't.
Okay. First time.
It's my first time.
And where are you from?
I'm from Syria. Yes,
Syria.
I'm from Syria.
Okay, great. Okay, this is interesting. Yeah, so we have one from Brazil, one from Syria. Akhla is joining again, but she's got 10 seconds to go. And we have Vladimir. Okay, Vladimir, are you from Russia?
Yes.
Great. Okay, a guess. It was a guess. That was a guess. Okay, so yeah, nice to meet you. Good to meet you. Is this the first time? Is this your first time on Verbling?
No, I was here 2 times.
Okay, have I spoken with you before?
No, I didn't spoke with you before.
Okay, so it's the first time. Okay, so good to meet you. Nice to meet you. My name's Martin. Okay, and who else do we have? We have. Great. Okay, great. Okay, so we have Akhla. I've spoken to you so many times. I know your life story now. Yeah, so I know everything there is to know about Akhla. Almost.
Yes.
Great, okay.
Hi, Martin. How are you?
Not too bad. Have you eaten today, Akhla?
Yeah, of course. I just had lunch.
Okay, yeah. So what did you eat in between our sessions?
I had a stew.
Okay, you had a stew like a stew from your country, or kind of like a British stew, yeah? Because this is a popular dish in the UK.
From my country.
Okay, great. Okay, yeah. So we have Alina. Hello, Alina.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
You too. I'm from Belarus, but now I live in Russia.
Great. Okay, so I've been to Minsk. Were you from Minsk? Were you originally from Minsk, or from another city?
No, I'm now in Russia, in St. Petersburg.
Okay, but your hometown in Belarus.
My hometown is Brest.
Okay, great. Okay, nice. Okay, so we also have Jerry. Jerry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Hi.
nice to meet you.
Pardon?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Great. And where are you from?
I'm from China.
Great, okay. And which part of China?
Beijing.
Beijing, the big city. So you're a city boy, yeah? You're a city boy.
Okay.
You are a city boy, yeah? So we call people who come from the big city, the capital city, city boy, yeah? So if you come from a town, a smaller town, we have the term country bumpkin. Yeah, so if you come from a smaller town or village, you're a country bumpkin. If you come from a big city, you're a city boy or city girl. Okay, so you're a city boy. Who else do we have? We have Michelle. Is that the correct pronunciation?
Hi, teacher. I'm Michele. I'm from Italy, and I'm a country bumpkin.
You're a country bumpkin. Yeah, me too. I'm a country bumpkin. I live in city
Yeah.
now, but I'm a country bumpkin.
Yes, I live in a little city very close to Rome,
Yep.
but it is not Rome.
But when people ask you where you come from, do you always say Rome? Yeah.
Sorry, teacher, can you repeat that, please? There is a
Okay,
bit
if someone's to ask you where you come from, would you say Rome? So if I said, what's your city, would you reply Rome?
Yes, that's okay.
No, would you say? Because, for example, people ask me, where do you come from? And then I say Petersfield, and they're like, where? So I say, 1 hour from London. Yeah,
Yes, okay. It's the same for me. I have to say Rome, because none of them knows Cisterna, of course.
Okay, so best to say Rome, best to say Rome. Okay, and who else do we have? Who haven't I asked? Vladimir, I've spoken to you. Anyone I've missed? Okay, Can. Is that your name? Is that how I pronounce your name? Can Toan Nguyen. Is that correct? No. I can't hear you. Okay, so in that case, we'll go to someone else. Okay, so I've only spoken. Oh, Tharcisio back. Great to see you again.
Thank you so much. My connection is really bad,
No worries.
and I barely hear you.
Okay, can everyone else hear me? Is it okay? Or
Yeah, it's okay.
perfect.
So and so.
Okay, so
You
after
are
you
kind of robotic.
Oh. I hope that's not in real life, yeah? I hope you're just saying that's because of the connection. Otherwise, I have to change my strategy a bit. Okay, so Tharcisio, you're now in competition with Akla, yeah, for being my favorite student. Akla, what do you
Hello?
think about this? What do you think about the competition?
No, I don't think there is a competition. Yeah, I'm really glad to be one of your favorite. That's all I can say.
Okay, perfect. Okay, the other guys, you can join in on this competition, yeah? So the person who goes to most of my classes is my favorite, yeah? You're all great, I love you all, but, you know, Akla takes the biscuit for now. But anyway, okay, so, anyone else? Anyone else? I think that's it. Did I ask everyone? Just say me if I didn't ask you. Okay, I'm assuming that's everyone. Okay, I put a text on Verbling. But I made a faux pas. A faux pas is a French word which we say in English to mean what? Does anyone know? A faux pas. Does anyone understand this word?
No.
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 Okay.
No.
No,
What does
teacher.
it mean? What
No
does
one
it mean?
Faux pas means mistake. Yeah, so a little mistake. But a little
Purpose.
mistake, yeah? A little mistake, a little mistake. Okay, so a faux pas is a little mistake because I uploaded 2 documents, the same document for 2 different classes today. I put the wrong document up, okay? So I've changed the text so people don't get bored if they've seen it before, okay? But we've got someone new here. Jaron, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good, thank you. And where are you from?
I'm from China.
Okay, great. We have another person from China. We've also got, I can't remember the name, yeah? So we have someone from Beijing. Who's from Beijing again? Who's from Beijing? Has he gone already, maybe? Okay, so yeah, we had another person from Beijing, but I don't know if he's still here. But anyway, okay, I'm going to send you an article, guys, because it's a reading session today, into the chat box. Okay, so I'll send you this, and I'll also share my screen, okay? Can you all see this link?
Sorry.
Martin, could you please post the link in the chat box of Google, the Google chat?
Okay,
Because I
one
can't open the Verbling chat.
Yes, me
No
too.
worries.
I can open Bubbling Cast too.
Okay, in that case, is this better?
I have one. Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, so have a look at this. This is an article that was released, I think, today, yeah, or yesterday or something. Yeah, yesterday. Can everyone access this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I think.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so as normal
Yes,
for
I
a
can.
reading session, we'll alternate. Everyone will get a chance to read, so I can hear your pronunciation, correct that, and we'll also discuss new words, and we'll discuss the topic. So, if everyone can see it, who would like to read the first paragraph? Any volunteers?
I can.
Me.
Tharcisio, go ahead.
Okay. Business forced to rename ice cream because it lacks in fat. A business has been forced to rename his healthy ice cream by council bureaucrats because it does not contain enough fat to qualify as the frozen dessert.
Okay, stop. Anything new there? So, did anyone hear any words or any expressions that were new to them?
Bureaucrats.
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 Bureaucrat.
Have you heard of bureaucracy?
Bureaucracy.
Bureaucracy, yes.
Yeah.
Bureaucracy, so bureaucrat is the idiot who creates the bureaucracy, yeah? So, usually government people. Apologies, are any of you government people?
How can I say this word, teacher?
A bureaucrat, yeah? A bureaucrat.
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 Not beer,
Okay.
not beer cat, not a beer cat.
Bureaucrat.
Bureaucrats.
Okay,
Bureaucrat.
let me try and write this phonetically. One second.
Bureaucrat.
So, it sounds like you're really interested in this. Okay, so is there lots of bureaucracy in your countries? Bureaucrat. Maybe something like
Bureaucrat.
In
bureaucrat.
Portuguese, this word is very similar. It is
Bureaucrat.
burocracia.
Yes.
Yes.
Question then, who's got the most bureaucracy? So Akhla, is there a lot of bureaucracy in Saudi Arabia?
I live in a really beautiful country, Martin. I'm not going to make another mistake.
Okay, let's not go there. Okay, so Ali, yeah, so do you have I forgot. Okay, do we have a lot of bureaucracy, Ali, in your country?
I don't know what it means, first of all.
Okay, could someone explain this word? So, who knows what it means? So, Michela. do you know
Yes.
this word?
Now, hey, of course, if you've seen an Italian and you thought you should think
That was
you should know what are you talking about.
yeah, you've heard of this word, Michela.
This is
I'm
terrible.
joking, teacher.
I understand. Okay.
So, bureaucracy is when you have to do another things before to do another one. For example, you have to sign. Yes, you have to sign there before to do there. Before to do this, and you have to fill a form before you have to do something else.
Paper, yeah, just paper.
Paper,
Just
yes,
think of
sorry.
paper. Unnecessary paper. So basically, it's where you have to do things. For example, if you're applying for a visa, I've heard for non-EU people, it's a pain to get a UK visa. I've heard it's very, very difficult and quite complicated. And the paperwork that you fill in to get the visa, all of this is bureaucracy. Yeah, so official documents, official work.
You have
Do you
to
understand?
sign a lot of
okay.
documents.
Yeah. For example, in Germany, there's quite a bit of bureaucracy. When I registered in the city I live in, so I'm living in Germany, those who don't know, I had to register in the city I live in. If I move to a different city in Germany, I have to deregister and register again. And queue for about an hour, yeah? So that's bureaucracy. That's an example of bureaucracy. Is it clear?
Okay. Yes, it's clear.
That's clear.
Okay,
yeah.
so in your countries, yeah, is there a lot of bureaucracy, Ali, in your country?
Yes, it's like a disease here.
There's quite a lot. And so what kind of examples can you give? So what kind of situations would you get yourself into where you'd have to sign lots of documents and things?
Like when you sign in a college.
So applying to college or university or something.
Yes.
And how does it work? What do you need to do?
It needs a lot of people, and not necessary.
Okay, yes. So, I guess it depends on who you are, yeah, and things like that. Okay, Alina. Okay, you live in Russia now, but you're from Belarus.
Right.
Is there a difference with bureaucracy? So, could you compare the two countries?
Yes, we can, and our countries are very similar in this way, in this question. But our countries have a lot of documents. Our countries are very close, and sometimes you have not even have a passport to cross a border.
Okay.
So, but now in our institute we have to make a lot of papers to have a registration in Russia, and sometimes they don't care about our international. I don't know some. Any international documents that allow me to study here. They need some reasons to let me do it, and my institute have to find some documents to prove that I am able to study here.
Okay, so there's lots of paperwork for registering, yeah? So similar to what I was saying as well, where you have to register in different cities and things. What about Jaran, yeah? So what do you say in your country? So in China, what is it like?
We have a lot of paper things need to do when you do business with government in every aspect.
Okay, yeah, so to do with the government, there's lots of documents. Can anyone else hear an echo? I can hear a slight echo. Is that okay?
Yeah, there is an
There
echo.
is.
There's a slight echo. Has everyone got the Verbling website closed on their browser, yeah? Because sometimes this can cause the echo. Equally, if you haven't got an earphones or something, that can also cause an echo. Yeah, so could everyone just check that? So it doesn't interfere in things. Yeah, I think it sounds better now. Okay, that's quite cool. Hopefully it works. Okay, so that's bureaucracy. Has anyone else who I haven't asked got an opinion, or should we go to the next word? Yeah. So what about Vladimir? Okay, do you agree with what Alina just said?
Yes, I absolutely agree with Alina that she said before. There are lots of bureaucracy in Russia. Every step that related with government organization have much bureaucracy.
Okay, so there's lots of anything to do with the government usually, yeah, so they have a lot of paperwork. Do you think the system needs to be changed, yeah? Do you think in the future things will become less bureaucratic? So, Michele, you were saying about Italy, and we're joking about bureaucracy.
Yes, we
do you
are a
think this
country
will
of
change?
bureaucracy.
Will this change?
Yes, I think that something can change, will be able to change with the internet. Yes, I think that we can solve something with the internet, and we will never use to go to the police officer or to go to the common house for solve something problem.
So it could save a lot of time, yeah? So I guess if you're form filling, it does waste a lot of time. Okay, who else do we have? Someone just joined. Let me find this person. Aya Said. Can you hear me? Aya, okay, we'll wait for the microphone to kick in. Hopefully it works. Okay, so let's go to the next word. Did you understand all the other words, yeah? So, and did you understand the point? To lack in something. This is to lack in something. Do you know what this means?
It means little, not enough.
Yeah, it lacks in. So you can be lacking in money, you can be lacking in time, you can be lacking in patience. Yeah, you don't have enough. You need more of something. So what's the point so far of this article? Did anyone understand the main point? Can anyone explain?
Yeah, the man must has been forced to rename his business because the ice cream has not fatness enough. I think it's fatness. I don't know how to say.
There's not enough fat content. Yeah, so there's not enough fat to call it ice cream. The government don't want him to call it ice cream because there's too little fat. First thing, what's your opinion on this, guys? Yeah, so, okay, we haven't read anything about the article, but what do you think about this? Okay, let's ask. Aya, can you hear me now? Okay, I can't hear. By the way, I've just answered some questions I see in the chat box. Cheers, Russell. You made a compliment. That was nice. Fernando, I live in Germany at the moment. I'm from the UK, but I live in East Germany at the moment. So just to answer your question. Okay, but yeah, okay. So, what do you think about this? Yeah. So, what's your opinions so far? Let's ask Ahla. Oh.
Yes, having an ice cream with zero fat is really a brilliant idea. Maybe the problem he has is that they want him to change it from ice cream into something else, because it lacks any fat in it. But I think he should keep it as ice cream.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't make for me. I don't understand. You know, there's probably a government organization dedicated to the classification of ice cream. Yeah, for me, I just don't want to think about it. Yeah, what kind of organizations we have. Yeah, but yeah, what do you think about this, Jerry? Jerry, can you hear me? Okay, let's go on to. I was just about to go on to myself. Martin, what do you think? No. Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, that's a no. That's a no. So Alina, yeah, we've asked you. Okay, we'll ask Tarcisio, yeah. So my second favorite. What do you think?
I think it's horrible because there is a lot of types of ice cream, even light ice cream.
Okay.
Light ice cream.
So what would you propose? What would you call it? Yeah. So if this was you, and the government said, okay, you had an ice cream business, the government came along going, oh, it's not enough fat, or whatever the voices they have. What do you call it? You know, if it's not ice cream, what do you call it? Anyone got any ideas? What would you call it?
Frozen dessert.
Okay,
maybe?
Frozen dessert. That's nice. Yeah. Mummy, I want a frozen dessert. You know, it doesn't sound quite right. But okay, so yeah, that's
I would call it cold cream.
Cream, yeah.
I think that simply it is not a problem. They shouldn't talk about this.
Yeah, you know, they're spending time. There's a lot of problems, you know, at the moment in the UK, and they're worried about ice cream. Okay, let's continue reading. Okay, who would like to read the second paragraph?
The first
Can I?
Please, yep.
Okay. In Coffee Forti uses traditional Italian methods to create treats with a higher milk-to-cream ratio than British and American process. Must either rebrand his desserts or increase their fat content after trading. Sanders inspectors found they fell below the 5% threshold required to call them ice cream.
Okay, is everything okay? I can hear someone. Is that everything okay? Okay, we also have who do we have? Someone just joined. I'm sure I heard a beep. Okay, no. Okay, I just heard a beep. Like, okay. So, was everything clear? Sorry.
Threshold Correct pronunciation, threshold.
Which word? Threshold. Threshold.
Threshold, yeah.
The T word. Okay. I can hear someone speaking. Is everything okay? Or is it okay? So threshold. Yeah, you can see this.
Yes,
So
threshold.
threshold. Do you know what this means?
No.
Okay, so it's like a limit, yeah. So okay, we'll see. Okay, so is someone talking? Is someone talking? Okay, so the threshold, for example, is the cap, the limit. Yeah. So for example, if it's below 5%, it's under the threshold. If it's over 5%, it's over the threshold. The threshold is the boundary. Yeah. For example, I don't know. Yeah, with paying tax. I don't know how it is in your countries, but in the UK, there's a threshold. If you earn so much money, you don't pay tax. If you earn more than this money, you pay tax. That's over the threshold. The threshold is the amount, the boundary. Do you understand?
Yes.
Everyone else? Vladimir, did you understand threshold?
Yes, of course.
Cool. Okay. What about Alina?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Anyone who doesn't understand, just say no. Okay. Otherwise, I'll assume you understand. Okay. So, any other new words for you? Yeah. So, treat. What's a treat?
Something tasty.
Dessert.
Yeah, it can be something tasty, or for example, it's a reward for something. Yeah. So, you could, as a treat, girls like to go shopping for clothes as a treat. And something you do occasionally, not all the time. Yeah?
Yes.
Or the girls are disagreeing with me and saying, actually, it's not a treat because I shop all the time. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, any other words? So ratio. Did you understand ratio?
Ratio.
So,
Amount or
yeah, like
amount of something.
more like proportion. So, for example, the ratio of Russian speakers to Arabic speakers is, oh, let me calculate. I'm not sure, I can't hear Aya, so I'm not sure if I guess he speaks Arabic. There's 2 Arabic speakers, 2 Russians, so you can say the ratio is 1:1. For every a Russian, there's 1 Arabic person. Speaker, yeah? Do you understand? That's the ratio. Yeah? Okay, I'll assume you understand. Cool,
Yes,
okay, that was ratio. And I think that was, the rest was correct. To rebrand something, what does that mean? To rebrand something?
To give a new name.
Yeah, a new logo and things like this, yeah? So,
New logo, yeah.
to change it, maybe because there's a bad reputation or something. Okay, let's go to the next paragraph. Who wants to read? So, that was Akhla has read, I think, and who else would like to? So, Alina, would you like to go for it?
Yes, I will. Mr. Coffrey's desserts at his Royal Italian Ice Cream company in Bath, Somerset, have 4
What happened?
Oh, teacher.
Teacher?
No teacher.
Oh, my microphone was off. My microphone was off for some reason. Okay, my microphone went off. Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I couldn't hear you, Alina. So could you continue? Yeah. So sorry. 4.8% I heard. Who's that?
No.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, so sorry, Alina. Where did you get to? Aya, can you hear me? Aya? Okay. Okay, anyway, sorry. I don't know what's happening. Okay, Alina, yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Do you hear me?
Okay, I'll just turn it off a minute. Okay, Alina, sorry, where did you get to? Sorry, we interrupted, yeah? So, did you finish reading? I couldn't hear.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Anything new?
How should I read the number 4.8%?
Hello.
Who's
How are
talking?
Can you eliminate Aya from the class? I know he's disturbing.
Okay, no worries. Aya, are you wanting to join in? Okay. I haven't eliminated someone from the class. How do I do this?
You can block them or something, I'm not sure.
You can mute their mic.
Okay.
Hello, Alina.
Okay, wait.
Hello, Alina.
Aya, please, if you're going to interrupt, please can you go somewhere else, okay?
How are you?
Aya, do you want to join in sensibly? Aya, okay, sorry, we're going to have to leave, make you go from the class, unfortunately. Right. Okay. Is that okay now?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, that's the first time I've done that. Sorry, I didn't know that. Okay, so sorry about that, guys. Okay, sorry, Alina. Yes, now we can go. Okay, so was there anything you didn't understand or any doubts you have with the pronunciation? I'm sorry I didn't hear the last bit that you said.
How should I read this number 4.8?
4.8. So with the dot you say point. 4.8%.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, so the rest of it was okay. Is there any new words?
No.
Perfect, okay. So, for anyone else?
What is... I have.
Okay.
What is labeling regulations?
Okay, labeling, for example, on the packaging, yes? So every product you buy, someone said kick him in the chat box, sorry. Okay, so labeling just means you put a label on a product. So for example, on a Coca-Cola bottle, there is a label on the product which tells you the ingredients that are in the product. It tells you maybe you can have a price label, and it is basically the branding. You understand?
I think I understand.
Okay, and the regulation is just what's provided by the government. They say, you must do this, you cannot do this. The government, it's like bureaucracy, a bit like bureaucracy. They say, do this, don't do this to the companies. Yeah? So the labeling regulations are what you're allowed to label and what you're not allowed to label, yeah?
Okay.
For everyone else, it's clear, yeah?
Yes.
Cool, okay, let's go to the next paragraph. Okay, so, actually, Jaron, would you like to read?
Okay. The businessman who runs 2 shops in Bath with wife Francisca, a double, 41 years old, said he was shocked by the ruling after a trading standard inspection last week.
Okay. Again, is it okay for everyone? An inspection. What's an inspection?
Check. Maybe.
Control.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So control. I would say to make sure everything is doing well. Are you ever inspected in your? Okay. So I guess some of you work, some of you study, and or whatever. But do you have many company inspections? So, for example, your boss comes into your office and watches you work, sees how you work, yeah? So are you ever inspected? So, Vladimir, do you ever have any inspections at your workplace or in your life? Are you ever inspected?
Yes, of course, I have inspections, some inspections at my work. For example, my boss often expect as work me and our department in general.
Okay, so your boss would inspect you generally to make sure you're doing your job, yeah? To make sure everything's okay. And how do you feel when you're being inspected? Do you feel nervous about it?
of course, I feel nervous about it because I'm not feel good.
Yeah, it's not a comfortable position to be in, I guess. Okay, and Yusuf, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can.
Perfect. And where are you from?
Well, I'm Yusuf. I'm from Yemen.
Yemen, great. Okay, this is interesting. Yeah. So, and yeah, we're talking basically. We're reading an article. I've put it in the chat box. I'll send it to you again so you know the topic we're talking about. And basically, we were talking about bureaucracy, and we're talking about yeah, some stupid laws and things like this. Okay, so let's continue reading. Then we're going to have in fact, does everyone understand the context? The article is very, very long. What would you like to do? Would you like to stop reading it now and talk, or is anyone interested to read on and learn more words?
Talk.
Let's talk. Okay, so what would you say? This is a really stupid law, stupid regulation in the UK. In your countries, what's the most stupidest law or regulation that you can think of? Okay, let's... Akla, do you want to say anything or?
No.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, so Alina, what would you say?
I was saying that my university was being inspected this week, and we wrote different tests and talked to specialists about our knowledge.
Okay, so do your teachers tell you, oh, do a really good job, yeah? Please don't ruin it for me. Did they say this before the inspection?
Of course they did, because if we pass the tests bad, our university could be closed. But everything is okay, and our university stays, and we continue studying.
Okay, I've got a story. I hope you don't mind. I'll tell you really quickly. I had a biology teacher at school, and we had a classroom inspection, but he forgot that there was this inspection. This day, his wife, because his wife usually stayed at home, but his wife had to go somewhere for an interview or something, and he had to bring his dog into class.
Wow.
Okay, it was an unbelievable situation, yeah? This is not normal. So we had an inspection, but we remembered there was the inspection, but this teacher forgot, brought the dog into class, and the dog was running around as we were speaking, and then someone said, "Sir, you have an inspection, don't you remember?" And he was like, "No." Oh, then he remembered. He was like, "What do I do with this dog?" He got really worried about this dog. So he put the dog in the cupboard and tried to make it quiet. The inspector came in, and then the dog started to go, "Woof, woof, woof." And my teacher had a very, I don't know what he was thinking, but his instant reaction was to make it look like he was making the dog noises. Yeah, so he was standing at the front of the class, go, "Woof, woof." Needless to say, it didn't go well, yeah? They discovered the dog. But have you ever had any embarrassing situations, maybe not quite like this, but in your work or universities and things? What about you? Who should we ask? Jaron, what about you? Have you ever got any stories to talk about inspections?
No.
Are there many inspections where you study or work? Do you study or work, sorry?
I work.
Okay, and are you inspected a lot?
No. The boss, they only stay in their office, rarely come out to inspect us.
Okay, yeah. So pretending they're working when really they're playing on computer games, yeah, something like that. Or what would you say? Yeah. So Jerry, okay. So are you ever inspected?
Yeah.
And how do you feel?
I feel very nervous. And open my worksheet to calm my nervous.
Okay, yeah. Is anyone not nervous? Is anyone completely cool when there is an inspection, yeah, and don't care so much, yeah? Or would you say that when we're under this pressure, we are all very nervous? Do you think it's natural?
Yeah, it's natural.
It's natural, cool. Okay, let's go on, okay? So, yeah, okay, so all these words were quite clear for you, yeah? So there was no topic. There's no problem with that. Do you read much in English, yeah? So do you read many stories like this, yeah? So newspapers and stuff? So let's ask Akhla, yeah? So do you read the news much?
Yeah. I don't really. I'm really selective when I read the news. I don't really the big drama that we have all around the world with the wars and everything. I try to, for example, I read these articles on a newspaper called The Onion. It's an American newspaper which is funny, which is sarcastic about everything.
Yeah.
And I usually read the articles. They are somehow related to reality, but they are also really fun.
Yeah, so it's kind of like entertaining, yeah? So it's serious topics, but said in a way that's maybe accessible to people, because sometimes the news stories we hear, I've just realized, if I look, my headphones are a bit... Okay, weird. Okay, anyway, I hope that doesn't strike. Yeah, so basically you're saying that the news is quite serious, and it's quite good to read it in an entertaining way, yeah? A way that's not so heavy. What are the main topics in the news at the moment in Saudi Arabia?
Today, for example, there is this news about we have rain for 2 days ago, and they were worried about floods and something like that. Maybe this was the big topic. They were warning people not to go to places where there could be floods or something like that.
So to do with the weather and things like that, yeah? So if there's a warning or whatever. What do you say, Alina, yeah? So you can talk about Belarus and Russia. What do you hear about mainly in the news? And are you ever exposed to the media? Do you ever pay attention to it?
No, I don't. Sometimes we discuss, the most breaking news. As some famous people dies or comes to the rule. For example, Papa, in Vatican.
Yeah, the Pope.
The Pope.
Yeah.
Yes. And we were first. It was breaking news that the previous Pope, left his
position. Yeah. So
he left his position.
He stepped down. I would say he stepped down.
Yes.
He resigned. Yeah. He stepped down.
And I know that it was the first time for about 500 years.
Yeah. So major stories like this you would listen to, you would pay attention to. What about things that go on in Russia and Belarus? Yeah, do you ever hear? For example, a couple of weeks ago there was this big meteorite. Yeah, so in Siberia, everyone was talking about it. It fell from space, and people go, this is so cool, and things like this. Was this discussed? Did people talk about this, or did people just not care? And people think, meteorite.
Was joking around a lot. And the whole internet was full of this news and jokes, and people talked about it, and we even get bored of this meteorites.
Meteorite.
People. We know about it from video registrators from cars a lot.
Okay.
And so it was not formal video shooting, and we hear people crying something, different words, and when foreigners ask us what do they cry, what do they weep, and
what are they crying about? Yeah, what are they crying about? Or why are they crying?
And Russians can't translate it because it's not politely translated, and we say it's meteorite in Russian.
Okay, yes. Things like that, yeah, try and cover it up, yeah? And I guess if you have advantage that you speak the language and someone else doesn't, yeah? So, but the thing is, what about, would you agree? So, we had another, Vladimir, you're still here. Okay, what would you agree with what Elena said?
About meteorite.
Yeah, about the meteorite. Yeah. So, what kind of things would you say you see in the media? What kind of stories? Would it be mainly big news or smaller stories as well? Like, for example, in the news in the UK, it was about this man about ice cream. It's not hardly breaking news. So, what kind of things appear in your press?
I don't know any news, some exciting news, but this time everyone talk about the spring won't begin because animal frost in the weather.
And what's it like at the moment? So, yeah, the winter's lasting far too long for my liking, yeah? So, it's supposed to be spring now, but it's still snowing. So what's it like in Russia now? So, do you still have quite a lot of snow?
Yes, we have a lot of snow.
Not a lot of snow, but it's very cold. The end of March, but it's about 10 degrees below zero.
Okay, it is crazy, yeah. But you live in separate parts of Russia because Russia's such a big country.
No,
I guess the weather.
now we live in the same city.
Okay, do you know each other?
No, we don't.
Okay, I always ask this question, yeah, but I guess the cities are quite big. Okay, so anyone else got opinion? Jerry, what would you say? Or Jerry or Jaron? Jerry first, yeah. Okay, so what do you hear about in Chinese press, in the Chinese press, in Chinese media?
Is it my turn?
No, I read a little report about that. Yeah.
Okay, so Jerry, you don't read some. Was that Jerry or Jaron? Who just spoke?
Jerry. This is Jerry, and
that's Jaron. Okay, that's good. Okay, so yeah, you were saying that you don't usually read much, yeah, in the media and things like that, yeah. But what would you say would be a popular story to talk about? The kind of British people like to moan, yeah. So British people like to complain. So they would like to read a story. I'm not saying everyone, but if we generalize, that we can moan about something. The EU crisis, or let's moan about the weather, or let's moan about anything, yeah. So the state of the government with these stupid regulations. So I'd say this is a popular style in our media. What would you say it is in China? So Jaron or Jerry, one of you can have an input here. What would be a popular story to talk about? What kind of story would be popular in China with Chinese people?
May I?
Please, Jerry? Jaron, that was Jaron. Yep.
Okay. Recently, I think the popular story in China is about the news of the low quality of milk powder products for baby.
Okay.
So Chinese company, they can't produce good quality milk powder product for baby. Then the China mainland ordinary people, they go to Hong Kong to buy the high quality, good quality.
Sorry. Chinese people go to Hong Kong to get baby milk.
Yes. And because we have too many people need that product, and it makes that Hong Kong mother or father, they can't buy these products for their baby. Wow.
Okay,
yes.
What is the problem?
Now the government of Hong Kong, they launched a new policy that each person who go to Hong Kong, they can only bring two bottles or 2 tins for each person. This makes a big conflict between Hong Kongers and China mainland people. That's the news. I think it's discussed a lot by Chinese people recently.
Okay, so if anyone wants a business idea, you go to Hong Kong and you make a milk factory. Yeah, I think that would be quite good. So the businesses maybe are doing quite well at the moment. Yeah, they're selling a lot of milk. But how come this problem arose? So was there a crisis? I don't know, like a baby died because of the milk or something, or how did this start? When did people start worrying about baby milk?
I think I can use a new word that I learned this today. It's
okay.
Chinese government is very bureaucratic.
Yeah.
Yes, and they don't do their duty to control the quality of the baby milk. So it makes that there is a company, their products cause the babies unhealthy and very serious disease after they have those baby milk. So we have no confidence about the product.
Okay.
So it makes the people ask help or go outside of our country to buy the baby milk product abroad.
So you're saying regulation is not strong enough in China, yeah? The government don't care so much about these things. Would you say, okay, guys, if you can't talk about politics or whatever because either you're not interested or you can't, don't feel free to not, yeah? But would you say, for example, it's the same in Italy, Michele, yeah? So compare the situation in China with Italy?
About the milk?
No, not about milk. All Italian people are getting on the flight to Hong Kong as well. You know? What was this? No,
not on the corner.
Okay, so no, about the regulation, yeah. So do the government control things like this, or do they not care?
Yes, we have a lot of regulation, but we don't. But we need the. It looks crazy, but we need more regulation, because I don't know if you know about this, but we did election 1 month ago, but no one have the majority. So, and it is crazy because we are full of laws, but we don't have a law that allow us to have the majority, to have a government. Now in Italy there is not a government.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Well, what about Berlusconi, yeah? So we hear about him, he's in prison right now, I've heard, yeah? So
yes, please don't talk about Berlusconi.
Okay. Sorry. But he's quite a character. We just hear about him with women and various parties. Yeah. So he's quite old as well. Yeah. So he's not a young guy.
No, I think no.
Is it the Italian charm? Yeah. How does he do it? I wonder.
No, it's not Italian charm. It is. It is. The crazy way of to be grandfather.
Okay, so it's just a crazy grandfather who happens to think he's 20.
Yeah.
Okay, understood. And what do you say in your country, Alina? Yes. So, we've got a new person, Calvin. Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Perfect. And where are you from?
I'm originally from China, but live in the UK.
Cool. Which city?
St Andrews in Scotland. You heard of it?
Wow, yeah. So it's really, really far. No, are you studying University of St Andrews?
Yeah.
You're a smart guy. Wow. Okay, you're smart.
Where are you from? You have an English accent.
Yep. So I'm from the south. I'm from a town called Petersfield, near Portsmouth.
Right.
Have you heard of it?
Yeah. Heard of it. Yeah, a little bit.
And Prince William studied at St Andrews. Did you know this?
Yeah. Sure. My alumni.
Yes. Okay. So you're going to be like Prince William to get a wife like Kate, yeah?
Yeah.
No. Is it true? So are all the women in St Andrews University like Kate? Yeah. So.
Yeah. They're probably.
Great.
They will be coming. They will be coming down here. This year because it's the 600th anniversary this year.
Okay, and there's lots of celebration stuff. But what is there to do in St Andrews? This is quite interesting, yeah, because it is quite far in Scotland. Is it difficult to travel places, or is it okay?
It's alright. You can travel. You can travel by bus most of the time. You can travel by train if you want to go to. I mean, it's alright. It's alright. You can go to Edinburgh by train or bus. You can go to Glasgow as well. It's pretty easy. But it's about 2 hours ish.
Okay, so it's not too bad. Okay, so we're talking. He's studying in St Andrews, which is a university, a really very very good university, like Oxford and Cambridge, but for Scotland. Yeah, so it's a university in Scotland. And Prince William studied there, so it's very far up. So we're talking about the location. But what do you say? Okay, so compare China with the UK. We're talking about regulation. Yeah, so in the media, what do you say it's like in China compared with the UK in the news? Yeah, do you ever pay attention to the news and the media?
Are you asking me?
Calvin, yep.
Okay, so you're talking about the freedom of speech, or?
I'm saying about what kind of news would be reported. So, for example, we just read an article about some regulation about ice cream. Yeah, it's really, really small thing,
Okay.
and this was reported in the news. Would such a story be reported in China? Is it of interest to Chinese people?
Yeah, I haven't read the news actually. It's about what? The bad news?
Okay, let me send you the article that we were discussing. 1 second.
Okay, I got it. It's the on the Telegraph.
Yeah, well, it's this one though because.
Okay, the businessman forced to rename ice cream because it lacks in fat. That's interesting.
Can people explain what happened? Yeah, so Calvin came a bit late. Can we get someone to explain? Alina, yeah, can you explain to Calvin the gist of the story? Yeah, so not too complicated. The gist of the story.
Yes, we read an article about that a businessman had to rename an ice cream he produced because it was very little fat in it, so it couldn't be called an ice cream.
Right.
Did you understand, Calvin?
Yeah, sure. That's interesting. Okay, so basically, this businessman created an ice cream, but he can't name it as ice cream because it's lacking fat.
Yeah, because there's not enough fat. So there's a regulation that means you cannot call this ice cream because there's not enough fat.
Right. Okay. Then what was your question again?
So what do you think? Yeah. So would this kind of news be reported in the Chinese press? Is it of interest to Chinese people?
Yeah, I think so. It will. It will interest the Chinese people. We like to talk of stuff like that.
Okay, so it's similar. Okay,
Yeah.
Whereabouts do you come from? We've got some more Chinese people here. Whereabouts do you come from in China?
It's east coast called Shandong province.
Cool. Okay, and we have also someone else. Oh no, just changed photo. Okay, and what would you say, Yusuf? Yeah. So in your country, what kind of news would be of interest? What kind of news would people read about?
Well, basically, and especially these days, and especially the last 2 years, it's political issues, and the main articles which you can find every day in every newspaper this day. It will be like about because after the revaluation which happens in Yemen in 2011, so now it's still like talking about the national dialogue and restructuring of the army and some like coalition of political parties. So you can find all this every day, and it's sick, I guess. I hate it.
Okay, so yeah, so this kind of things to do with the army and things. What would you say? Can everyone still hear me?
Yeah.
It sounds like it cut off. Okay, Akhla, yeah, would you like to contribute? Yeah, so what kind of things would be of interest? Yeah, so does it depend? Yeah, so does it? So mainly the main news. What about in different countries? So let's talk about stories. So for example, I don't know, what's a big story that you've heard recently that would be big around the world? So Michele, have you heard a big story, a big news story?
A big story?
A big world news story.
A big?
A big, yeah, so a major story that would be reported around the world, just so we can compare how it would be reported.
Let me think about this. I don't know. I'm interested in politics, in economy, and in general, I don't read about the strange story on the news.
Yeah. So the EU crisis, yeah, something like that. I think would be interesting.
Yes, EU crisis. In this time, I think that the biggest news is the Chypro crisis in Europe.
There's a Cyprus problem as well, yeah? So
Cyprus problem, yes.
Parliament.
Sorry?
The Cyprus news. It's about the parliament. They want to take money from the citizens' bank account.
People have savings and they're going to take a tax from this. Okay, I'm going to prepare this for a future session. We're going to continue this topic a bit about how news is reported, and we're going to share a common news story, for example, like the EU crisis, and see how it's how it's reported. Yeah, but I'll prepare that another one. Okay, Alina wrote, before we go, I know you've probably got other sessions to go to. About 5 years ago, Belarus was forbidden to sell milk to Russia because it lacked in fat. Milk should be renamed to milk product or something like that. But it was a weak reason to stop a big branch of trading between two countries. Okay, yes, this could happen as well. Yeah, so they're using stories for really political motives and stuff. Let's call it a day. Okay, sorry it ended quite quickly. But take care. Good to meet you all. Calvin, hopefully see you again. And Alina, you're new as well. Any new people I haven't spoken to, nice to meet you. Take care. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye.
Take care. See ya.